Have you ever wondered why some people remain calm and confident no matter what life throws at them? Today we're going to explore an interesting intersection where confidence meets an ancient philosophy known as Stoicism. Stoicism, in its simplest form, is a philosophy that encourages us to accept things as they are, to remain tranquil in the face of adversity, and to focus on what we can control. It's a philosophy that dates back to the 3rd century BC, yet holds significant relevance even in our modern, fast-paced lives. Now, you might be asking, what does Stoicism have to do with confidence? That's a great question. Confidence, as we know, is our belief in our ability to succeed. It is the fuel that propels us to take risks, face challenges, and stride towards our goals. However, this sense of self-assurance often takes a hit when we encounter failures, rejections, or criticism, things that are, more often than not, beyond our control. This is where Stoicism steps in. By teaching us to focus on our actions and attitudes rather than the outcomes, Stoicism equips us with a sort of emotional resilience. It helps us to remain undeterred by external circumstances, thereby fostering a strong, unwavering confidence within us. In essence, Stoicism doesn't just teach us how to be confident, it teaches us how to be confidently calm, a trait that is both rare and powerful. It teaches us to be confident in our actions, yet indifferent to the outcomes, thereby freeing us from the fear of failure and the anxiety of success. Imagine being able to maintain your poise and self-assurance, irrespective of the highs and lows that life presents. Wouldn't that be a game changer? It's no surprise then that many of the world's most successful individuals attribute their resilience and confidence to the principles of Stoicism. To understand how to become unshakably confident, we must first delve into the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. The first Stoic tip to boost your confidence is to embrace adversity. Now let's delve into what that truly means. When we talk about embracing adversity, we're talking about a shift in perspective, a reframe, if you will. The Stoics viewed adversity not as a stumbling block, but rather as a stepping stone to growth. Picture this. Imagine you're a blacksmith, and adversity is your anvil. Every blow you strike, every hardship you face, is a chance to shape and mold your character, to temper your spirit. It's an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and ultimately more confident. But how do you do this? How do you embrace adversity? Well, the first step is to accept that adversity is a part of life. No one is immune to it. It's as inevitable as the changing of the seasons. Acceptance is the key that unlocks the door to growth. Next, you need to change your perspective. Instead of viewing adversity as a problem, see it as a challenge, as an opportunity to learn and grow. This shift in perspective is what separates those who crumble under pressure from those who thrive. Finally, you need to practice resilience. This means not giving up when things get tough, but instead pushing through, persevering. It means picking yourself up after a fall and dusting yourself off, ready to face the next challenge head-on. So what's the result of all this? Confidence. When you embrace adversity, when you learn to see challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities, you build a kind of confidence that's unshakable. It's a confidence that comes from knowing that you can handle whatever life throws your way. It's a confidence that's grounded not in external validation, but in inner strength and resilience. Remember, it's not the adversity itself, but how you react to it that determines your level of confidence. So the next time life throws you a curveball, remember this Stoic tip: embrace the adversity, grow from it, and let it fuel your confidence. The second Stoic tip is to focus on what you can control. That's right, it's all about directing your energy towards areas where you can actually make a difference. This is a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy, and it's a powerful tool for building confidence. Imagine you're holding 2 boxes. In one box are all the things in your life that you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, and so on. In the other box, you have everything that's out of your control: the weather, the traffic, other people's behavior, global politics, the past, the future, and many more. Now ask yourself this: where should you focus your energy and attention? The Stoics argue, quite convincingly, that you should focus on the first box. Why? Because that's where you have power, that's where you can make a difference. That's where you can affect change. When you focus on what you can control, you reduce the amount of stress and worry in your life. You're not wasting your energy fretting over things you can't change. You're not tying your happiness and well-being to external circumstances. Instead, you're focusing on the one arena where you can always make a difference: yourself. This doesn't mean you ignore the things you can't control. You can still acknowledge them, learn from them, even prepare for them. But you don't let them dictate your emotional state. You don't let them shake your confidence. By focusing on what you can control, you take back your power. You're no longer a passive victim of circumstance. You're an active participant in your own life. You're the one in the driver's seat. This shift in focus leads to a sense of empowerment. You realize that you have more control over your life than you thought. You begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, not as threats to your well-being, and this, in turn, bolsters your confidence. You start to trust in your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. You become more resilient, more adaptable, more capable. You become, in a word, unstoppable. So remember this: your power lies in focusing on what you can control. Everything else is just noise. By focusing on what you can control, you empower yourself and bolster your confidence. Our third Stoic tip is to practice detachment. Now, when we say detachment, we aren't talking about a cold, heartless disregard for the world around us. Rather, it's about developing an understanding that the world outside of us is constantly changing, and that our happiness shouldn't hinge on these external factors. Imagine you're a rock in the middle of a river. The water, representing the events and circumstances in life, is constantly flowing and changing around you. But you, the rock, remain steadfast and unmoved. That's the essence of practicing detachment. Practicing detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about outcomes or stop striving for your goals. Instead, it's about not letting your emotions be dictated by these outcomes. It's about understanding that success or failure doesn't define you, but rather your worth is defined by your character, your actions, and your integrity. Detachment teaches us to separate our worth from our circumstances. When we tie our self-worth to things outside of our control, we're setting ourselves up for a roller coaster of emotional highs and lows. This instability can severely damage our confidence. But when we detach our emotions from our circumstances, we can maintain a steady, unwavering level of confidence, no matter what life throws our way. So how do we practice detachment? Start by observing your emotional reactions to events around you. Notice when you're allowing external situations to dictate your emotional state. Once you're aware of this, you can start to consciously choose your reactions instead of being at the mercy of your circumstances. Remember, the goal isn't to suppress emotions or to become emotionally numb. It's about understanding that emotions are a natural response to events, but they don't have to control us. We can acknowledge them, experience them, but then let them pass without them shaking our core. When you master detachment, your confidence becomes unshakable. You become like the rock in the river, steady and unmoved by the constantly changing waters around you. You understand that you are not your circumstances. You are not your successes or failures. You are you. And that is more than enough. The fourth Stoic tip is to live according to nature. This principle, seemingly simple, is fundamentally profound. It's not about camping in the wilderness or foraging for berries. Rather, it's embracing the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about shedding our illusions, our desires, our fears, and accepting the natural order of things. In the grand theatre of life, we are but actors playing our roles. We cannot control the script, the stage, or the other actors. What we can control is our performance, our reactions, and our attitudes. Living according to nature is understanding this reality and embracing it. The Stoics believed that nature, in its wisdom, has a plan for everything. Every event, every circumstance, every person we encounter is part of this grand design. By accepting this, we eliminate the fear of the unknown, the anxiety of what might happen, and the disappointment of unfulfilled expectations. Imagine you're a sailor and life is the sea. You can't control the waves, the wind, or the weather, but you can control your ship, your sails, your route. You can learn to navigate, to adapt, to survive. That's living according to nature. This mindset liberates us. It equips us with a sense of calm, a sense of confidence. When we stop fighting the world and start flowing with it, we find peace. When we stop fearing the unknown and start embracing it, we find courage. When we stop clinging to our desires and start accepting reality, we find contentment. And with this peace, this courage, this contentment comes true confidence. Confidence not in our ability to bend the world to our will, but in our ability to adapt, to endure, to thrive, no matter what life throws at us. By accepting the world as it is, we free ourselves from fear and uncertainty, paving the way for true confidence. This is the power of living according to nature, the essence of Stoic confidence. Our final Stoic tip is to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline, my friends, is the very essence of Stoicism. It is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses. The ability to pursue what one thinks is right, despite temptations to abandon it. It's a crucial element in the journey to becoming a Stoic, and indeed in the journey to building true confidence. The Stoics believed that we should strive to master our desires and impulses, not to be enslaved by them. They knew that this mastery leads to a deep sense of self-assuredness, the kind of confidence that is not easily shaken by external events or the opinions of others. And how do we achieve this mastery? Through the diligent practice of self-discipline. Think about it. When you exercise self-discipline, you're asserting control over your own actions and reactions. You're saying, "I am the master of my fate, the captain of my soul," to borrow the words of William Ernest Henley. This is an incredibly empowering realization, and one that can dramatically boost your confidence. Moreover, self-discipline helps you to stay the course when the going gets tough. It enables you to keep your cool and maintain your composure, even in the face of adversity. This steady, calm demeanor is a hallmark of both the Stoic and the truly confident individual. But remember, self-discipline is not about denying yourself pleasure or living a life of austerity. It's about making conscious, deliberate choices about when to indulge and when to restrain, about knowing the difference between what is needed and what is simply desired. It's about understanding and respecting your own limits and capabilities. So how can you start practicing self-discipline today? Start small. Choose one area of your life where you'd like to have more control and make a commitment to yourself to exercise discipline in that area. Over time, as you become more practiced, you can expand this discipline to other areas of your life. Remember, self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. So start flexing that muscle today and watch as your confidence grows. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of true confidence. So, how can Stoicism help you boost your confidence, you might ask? Well, we've explored the intersection of confidence and Stoicism, and we've delved into 5 vital Stoic tips that can be instrumental in enhancing your confidence. Let's take a moment to recap and tie all these threads together. Firstly, we discussed the importance of embracing adversity. Stoicism teaches us that challenges are a part of life, and they should not be shunned or feared, but rather welcomed. Instead of allowing adversity to undermine your confidence, use it as a tool to strengthen your resilience and fortitude. This shift in perspective can be a game changer, turning setbacks into stepping stones for growth and confidence building. Next, we highlighted the power of focusing on what you can control. Stoicism reminds us that external circumstances are often beyond our control, but our reactions, thoughts, and attitudes are within our power. By focusing on what you can control, you can maintain your composure and confidence, regardless of the situation unfolding around you. Our third tip revolved around the practice of detachment. Stoicism encourages us to detach ourselves from our emotions and evaluate situations objectively. By doing this, we can make decisions and take actions with a clear mind, free from the influence of fear, anxiety, or overexcitement. This clarity can bolster your confidence, enabling you to navigate through life's ups and downs with a calm and steady hand. The fourth tip was about living according to nature. Stoicism posits that we should live in harmony with our true selves and the world around us. By doing so, we can attain a sense of peace and balance, which forms a strong foundation for confidence. When we are at peace with ourselves, we naturally exude confidence. Finally, we discussed the importance of practicing self-discipline. Stoicism underscores the need for discipline in our thoughts and actions. By mastering self-discipline, we gain control over our impulses and emotions, which in turn boosts our self-esteem and confidence. Self-discipline is the anchor that steadies us in the stormy seas of life, helping us maintain our confidence even amidst chaos. In essence, Stoicism is a philosophy that arms us with the tools we need to build and maintain confidence. It teaches us to embrace adversity, focus on what we can control, practice detachment, live according to nature, and master self-discipline. Each of these Stoic principles contributes to enhancing our confidence in its unique way. Remember, confidence is not a destination, but a journey. And Stoicism can be your guide on this journey, helping you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and unwavering confidence.